Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. 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 Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jaya Advaita Chanda Jaya Gaura question. Sorry, I'm just sharing. Oh, there we go. We're here. Very nice. Trying to find the verse. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to Caitanya tree. That's what I want. Okay. So reading from the Adi-lila, chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya and 5 features. Text 95 and 96. Etantravakya amidita visvasya dhari Niratara Krishna Sankirtana-cari Se Krishna Namaka Bhagoya Yanachaya Yahi Nachina Hiyami Apana Ichaya. I firmly believe in these words of my spiritual master, and therefore I always chant the holy name of the Lord, alone and in the association of devotees. That holy name of Lord Kṛṣṇa sometimes causes me to chant and dance, and therefore I chant and dance. Please do not think that I intentionally do it. I do it automatically. Purport. A person who cannot keep his faith in the words of his spiritual master, but acts independently, never receives the authority to chant the holy name of the Lord. It is said in the Vedas, Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tata viro, tasya te kaita yatha kashyante mahatmana. Only those great souls who have explicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master, all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. This Vedic injunction is very important, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu supported it by his personal behavior. Believing in the words of his spiritual master, he introduced the Sankirtan movement, just as the present Krishna conscious movement was started with belief in the words of our spiritual master. He wanted to preach, we believe in his words, and tried somehow or other to fulfill them. And now this movement has become successful all over the world. Therefore, faith in the words of the spiritual master and the Supreme Personality Godhead is the secret of success. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never disobeyed the orders of his spiritual master and stopped propagating the Sankirtan movement. Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, at the time of his passing away, ordered all his disciples to work conjointly to preach the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. Later, however, some self-interested, foolish disciples disobeyed his orders. Each one of them wanted to become the head of the mission, and they fought in the courts, neglecting the order of the spiritual master. And the entire mission was defeated. We are not proud of this, however, the truth must be explained. We believe in the words of our spiritual master and started in a humble way, in a helpless way. But due to spiritual force, the order, the supreme authority, this movement has become successful. It is to be understood that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted and danced, he did so by the influence of the pleasure potency of the spiritual world. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never considered the holy name of the Lord to be a material vibration, nor does any pure devotee mistake the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra to be material musical manifestation. Lord Chaitanya never tried to be the master of the holy name. Rather, he taught us how to be the servants of the holy name. If one chants the holy name of the Lord just to make a show, not knowing the secret of success, he may increase his bile secretion, but he will never attain perfection in chanting the holy name. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu presented himself in this way: I am a great fool, and I do not have knowledge of right and wrong. In order to understand the real meaning of the Vedanta Sutra, I've never followed the explanation of the Sankara Sampradaya or Mayavadi sannyasis. I am very much afraid of the logical arguments of the Mayavadi philosophers. Therefore, I think I have no authority regarding the explanations of the Vedanta Sutra. I firmly believe that simply chanting the holy name of the Lord can remove all misconceptions in the material world. I believe that simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. In this age of quarrel and disagreement, the chanting of the holy name is the only way to liberation from the material clutches. By chanting the holy name, Lord Chaitanya continued, I became almost mad. However, after inquiring from my spiritual master, I have come to the conclusion that instead of striving for achievement in the four principles of religiosity, dharma, artha, karma, moksha, it is better if somehow or other one develops transcendent love of Godhead. That is the greatest success in life. One who has attained love of Godhead chants and dances by his nature, not caring for the public. This stage of life is known as Bhagavat Jivana, or the life of a devotee. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, I never chanted and danced to make an artificial show. I dance and chant because I firmly believe in the words of my spiritual master. Although the Mayavadi philosophers do not like this chanting and dancing, I nevertheless perform it on the strength of his words. Therefore it is to be concluded that I deserve very little credit for these activities of chanting and dancing, for they are being done automatically by the grace of the Supreme Personality of God. Omigyantamanandasya gyananashadakya chakshamitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha vanchakalpatarubhischa kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha katachadanidavismin duskaram sukaram bhavet visvite vipriyatim sya shri chaitanyanam nanamitam vaigunyakita kalita pasyunyapanapidita dannamena magnoham chaitanya majamashare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are completely helpless. We got nothing going for us. The only happiness that we can experience is only due to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his appearance in this Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga just means suffering at every step. We're experiencing it now. These demons locking us out, in, pushing us around. Such rogues. But by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can not just be tolerant or patient of such mistreatment, but we can rise above and experience the highest love. And that's the goal or the necessity of the living entity. Prem Pumata Mahan. That's what we're after. The living entity is Ananda Maya Vyasa. I was explaining this morning that we are like the dumb class. We never really made it. We're like the kid who stuffs up in school and then he stays back and he's like 3 years older than the other kids. And they think he's retarded or something wrong with him. We were there, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Lord Ram, we saw Krishna. We were there, around there. We're eternal, we were there, but we stuffed up. And somehow we're in Kali Yuga with a human body, but we're animal-like. But by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and the Panchatattva, we've been elevated. We've been elevated to even to the highest realms of spiritual life. Lord Chaitanya is in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and he's demonstrating what it's like to be a devotee in that love of the damsels of Vrindavan. This has never been offered before. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishna Chaitanya Namni Bhavati Namo. There's always been moksha, liberation, even the offering of siddhis, even the offering of Vaikuntha in previous Kali Yugas. There's a Yuga avatar and he preaches Harinam Sankirtan, but you never got that realm of beloved Vrindavan. That never happened. Only until now, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are so many incarnations that have appeared before, and the Lord is known as Tri Yuga. But in Kali Yuga, his Chana avatar is covered. Why? Because we're so foolish, we're so bent and stubborn that, yes, we can be God. We can do it. If you believe in yourself, you got the power within you. You know, there's always these motivational speakers. You got the power within you. Just believe in yourself. You can achieve whatever you want. You can be God. Yes, you can be God. This is useless philosophy. This is Maya philosophy. It's Maya. We are the servant of the servant of the servant. Gopi Bhatta Parakamala, Dasa Dasa Anandasa. Lord Chaitanya has given us our identification. And it is the greatest place to be. We don't care about, wow, sense gratification, the sensual pleasures of life. We don't care about followers or being known as a great speaker. Nadananda Jananda Shuddhi, Sundarim Kavitamba Jagadishakam. Mama Jamani Jamani Ishwari, Bhavati Bhakti, Aitaki Tvai. Lord Chaitanya is praying, I don't want the wealth, I don't want beautiful women, I don't want followers, I don't want to be known as a great orator. I don't even care for liberation, birth after birth, just let me serve you. This is the greatest happiness. He only appeared to experience the love of Srimati Radharani. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. And then he looks towards Srimati Radharani. She's experiencing a million times more happiness. What's going on here? I'm enjoying it, right? Why is she experiencing more? A million times. And then she experiences even more if she can see that there's another gopi that's able to give pleasure to Krishna. She'll fall at the feet of that gopi and push her towards Krishna. It's great unhappiness for her. But if my unhappiness gives Krishna happiness, that's my happiness. Unconditional love. Doesn't matter. Even if you're absent, you don't appear before me. Even if you hand me roughly by embrace, I don't care. You're my worshipful Lord, unconditional. Maybe the closest thing of that we see in this world is the love of the mother for the child. You know, the child hurts itself, the mother feels more pain. The child succeeds, they're in more ecstasy than the child. Look at them, they got degrees. Look at them, they're making money. But do we have this mood towards Krishna? Unconditionally. We have it towards our child because it's from our body. That's my child. The other child, go away. It's conditioned. But unconditional, whatever happens to me, if it gives great pleasure and joy to Krishna, then I will do it. That's where our happiness lies. So like I said, many incarnations come. But because it's Kali Yuga, everyone wants to be an incarnation. So in India, every corner there's a god, right? Or something like that. There's some Kalki avatar, there's some... But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even he claimed, we find out he's God. Okay, Supreme Person of Godhead. Even if you copy him, you become pure devotee. Chant and dance, read the scripture, serve the devotees, hear the Bhagavatam. That's what he did. And even he took initiation under a spiritual master within the specific succession. He doesn't need to, he's God. He knows everything. Vedanta Kit Veda Evachaham, he is the compiler and knower of the Vedanta. Who is he to take initiation? But just to show the greatness of what it means to be a servant, of the servant, he didn't even take initiation from Manjavendra Puri. He was known as that seed of the Chaitanya tree. That how all this prema entered this world. It could have been, yes, I'll glorify him. But no, Ishvara Puri, he served Manjavendra Puri so nicely that, okay, he will get the glory. The servant of the servant of the servant. And he had this faith in the words of the spiritual master. There's a verse that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda have descended to deliver the world. How? Harinam Sankirtan, this and that. Something else, But it's by the two Bhagavats. The book Bhagavat, Srimad-Bhagavat, and the person Bhagavat, the spiritual master. This is Nityam Bhagavat Sevya. And the life of Bhagavatam, the introduction of Srimad-Bhagavatam is the life of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's how we did Bhagavatam. This Bhagavad Jivana, the life of a devotee. Caitanya-caritamrita, the immortal activities of the soul, the living force. This is what Caitanya-caritamrita is all about. In this particular part, he's coming so humble in front of these Mayavadi sannyasis. And they say, why did you study Vedanta? Why are you dancing around like a sentimentalist? You should be like us. We're sannyasis. We study Vedanta. Hang out with us. Sometimes we see someone out there and he's chanting Hare Krishna, looks like a devotee. You never see him at the temple or the program. It's like, how come you don't hang out with us? So they're like that with him. And then as he came in, and there was like so many Mayavadi sannyasis. So he sits at the shoes where people wash their feet. Such humility. But then he displays an effulgence, which they all want. He's got something they want. But then he attracts them that way. It's like, why are you sitting here? Come and sit with us. And then he explains how he takes initiation from Vishwapuri. And he goes to him, he goes, what do I have to do? I'm a fool, I don't know nothing. But who was he? He was Nimai Pandit before. He defeated Keshwar Kashmiri. He was the Digvijay. So here in Australia, it's like sports, and you go like, your rugby, your football, so many sports, cricket, and then whoever wins, that's like, they're the cup winners, they glorify, they advertise, cereals and stuff. But the superstars back then were like the scholars who could debate on the scripture. So these people, the superstar at that time was this Keshwar Kashmir. And then as a small boy, Nimai Pandit defeated him in one go. It wasn't even official. They were going to the Ganges River, and then he was there, and he goes, "Oh, can you please glorify the Ganges?" And then, like the wind, Keshwar Kashmir just quotes, like, he makes up on the spot 100 different verses glorifying the Ganges. And then Lord Chaitanya, he picks out one. The 64th one, I think there's something wrong with that. How did you hear that? Some people are talented to just recite verses, some just have good memories. So then he remembered, and he called out the faults. And one particular one was Bhava Bhatu. And Bhava is the Lord Shiva. And Bhatu means the wife, the wife of, the husband of the wife of Lord Shiva. That was the misconception, Bhavani Bhatu. And he's like, how'd you find that? So many faults in front of so many people. And then Keshwar Kashmir, he was blessed by Goddess Saraswati, to just defeat anyone. And then this small boy defeats him. And at night he has a dream. Oh, this is my Lord, you've been defeated by him, you surrender. And he didn't even do it in public. And Lord Chaitanya, he has such a humble mood, he uplifts him. No, he's very good, don't laugh at him. Such a perfect character of a devotee, if we think about it. We think like if we defeat someone outside, yeah, I got him. I defeated with the philosophy I learned in the Bhagavad Gita. Now I'm going to smash everyone. But no, complete compassion. It's like, how am I going to elevate this person? It's like, okay, they become humble. Now let's accept them and try and make them a devotee. This is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we can see this order of his spiritual master is Nachko Bhakta Sangha Kora Sankirtana Krishnama Upidesh Tavasavajana. Just dance and chant in association with devotees. And then teach everyone the importance of Krishna now. In this way you'll deliver all the conditioned souls. That's the movement we're part of. The same potency that was there in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time is here and now. The same potency. Like if there was a Chamkazi now, and you came with a big Harinam party, he will convert. Maybe. But we see miracles now. Unfortunately, this Caitanya-caritamrita nearly got me killed, and I'll tell you about it. So we did the first book distribution in Harinam in Ethiopia. There's no temple there, there's nothing there. There was one devotee, he's from Ethiopian background, he tried to start something. So we stayed with him and we would go out. And they have different tribes. So there's the Amharic tribe and there's the Oromo tribe. So the Amharic tribe, they're in charge of the government, and the Oromo tribe, they're trying to take over. And the Oromo tribe, they tend towards Islam, mainly for material purpose, because there are some Arab from Middle East, they're trying to get power by, giving them material facility. They take over, they do business there. That's what they're trying to do. So they're trying to kick out this other tribe. So there's a Roma tribe, and they're known to be violent. So they had a big festival, it's like the Roma tribe festival. And they took over the whole capital city of Addis Ababa, that's the name of the capital city, Addis Ababa. And they took over everything. They put roadblocks everywhere. You think there's roadblocks here? There was roadblocks, You're stuck in a car for like 12 hours, He's waiting in one roadblock after the other, one after the other. And like, we're trying to find a place where they're not. And we go like 3 hours out of this capital city. They're everywhere. And then we're just driving. And I'm reading the CC in this car because I got the instruction from my spiritual master. You must do Harinam every day, even if you have to go alone. You go out. I go, oh gosh. So I'm reading, we got to do it somehow. And I'm reading, and it says that the potency of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is existing here and now. Even we are preaching in remote places like Africa. I'm like, this is Africa. This is remote place. And I showed the Prabhu who's like showing us around. I go, I think we have to get out and do it. So the car was still in this roadblock. So we go, okay, we'll go up a little bit, just to do it. And he was still in the roadblock. So he was like, he'll meet us at the end of the roadblock. So we can walk out, start playing. And there's another devotee with me, Uruguay, he used to travel with me. He stayed in the car for a bit. He was a bit like, this guy is crazy. So we go out and play the drum. Straight away people start dancing, because in Africa they love Bollywood. So they think it's Bollywood, some Indian Bollywood thing. They're like, yeah, woo! So they start dancing, big crowds wherever we went. And then one guy, he's like in charge of these festivals. He comes up and he's not smiling. And I'm thinking, okay, let's move on from the crowd. So I move on. He starts walking behind me. He starts hitting me with a stick on the arm. I'm thinking, I'm going to die here. It's over. If I die, I have to die chanting. So I didn't stop chanting. I kept playing. And he's like hitting me. And then they just start following. Everyone's watching what's going to happen here. And then another security guy comes and he goes, you speak English, you speak English. I'm like, Hare Krishna, I'm not going to speak. I'm going to keep chanting here. Stop this. I'm going to die. And he goes, you speak English, you speak English. And then I was thinking, okay, I'll speak to him. He goes, yeah. He goes, what are you doing here? This is festival. I go, yeah, I know. Like, we are in transit, actually. And we're coming from India. This is our music we want to share in the festival. This is latest Bollywood song. So I give him a mantra card. He's like, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Bollywood. Yeah, okay, right. Sorry, these guys, they thought you were trying to do something else. We didn't know you were trying to share your music with us. So don't worry. Then he puts one sticker on my drum. He puts some scarf on us. And he goes, you are free to go. And then we're like, okay. And then we're doing it, and then they're all dancing. The guy stopped hitting me to see, he explained to him, And then we're going, and then so many people joined. They had their own Harinam parties. They're all dressed in red, white, and black, and they're like, hey, Gauranga. It sounded like Gauranga, actually, with the chanting, Gauranga, Gauranga. And we came with the drum, Gauranga, Gauranga. And then they had another chant, they're like Haribo. They're like, Haribo, Haribo. We're like, what is going on here? We were like, only by the mercy of Sri Caitanya-Mahaprabhu you can do stuff like this. This is a movement of empowerment. Like I said, we are helpless. There's nothing going for us. We need empowerment. So by connecting to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through the Parampara, following the instruction of the spiritual master, we attain everything and more. The purpose of this human form life is to attain Krishna Prema. That's what the Panchatattva is. Say Panchatattva Viputtivi Yasiya Puva Prema Bandhanina Mujjogadi Panchalena Rutta Prema Kara Ashradan Yata Yata Priya Krishna Bandhanakshan. That the Panchatattva, they appeared 500 years ago, and this Prema Bandha, this storehouse of love of God, was completely sealed when Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago. This storehouse is the qualities of Krishna. Once you hear the qualities, you fall in love with him. That was sealed. He was hiding it. Panchatattva broke that seal, plundered its contents, drank it like anything, and the more they drank, the more their thirst grew. Puna puna pahaya haya mahamata, nachikana hasagaya yache manamata. That they danced, and it made it easier to drink that nectarian love of God. Have you experienced that in Kirtan? When you start dancing, then it just hits another level. The first 15 minutes you're like, should I be here? You check your phone. Am I in the right place? Sit the right place. Why is this person singing off tune? You're not really in it. But you just sit there more and more. Like when Advaita invited Lord Chaitanya after he took sannyas, he goes, you come to my home. Because Nityananda tricked him like anything. He was in ecstasy. I'm going to Vrindavan. Yeah, I'm going to Vrindavan. Woo! I don't know how to be in ecstasy, sorry. So he's going. Lord Nityananda, he sees these coward boys. He goes, you'll see one sannyasi, a little pagal. Crazy. So if he's asking where is Vrindavan, you tell him to point towards Shantipur along the Ganges. He goes, okay. And he was in ecstasy. Oh, coward boys. Oh, wow. Am I in Vrindavan? Where's Vrindavan? This must be Yamuna. Yeah, you just follow. Like you go in India, they go, which way to go? Straight. They did it to him. Just go straight. You sure? Okay. Straight. Yeah? You sure? Yeah? He doesn't know anything. So he's going, and then he sees on the Ganges, he makes a Shantipur, and then Advaita is on the boat. And he's like, Advaita, you're in Vrindavan, my Lord. Wherever you are is Vrindavan. That's where Lord Chaitanya, he's always in Vrindavan. And he goes, please, you haven't eaten in 3 days. You've been fasting. You come and take in my place. And you only have cloth. Then let me give you some new cloth this one. So he comes in the home with Nityananda. And he's a bit angry at Nityananda. Oh, you tricked me. No. So it's on trick. So then the big feast there. Enough to feed the 40 kilos of rice they were eating. 40 kilos. How much for the feast? How much rice? 5-10 kilos. Lord Nityananda, 40. So putting so much rice and different preps. Lord Chaitanya, oh, very good. This is very nice offering for the Lord. And then Advaita, no, this is for you. No, I'm sannyasi, I cannot eat. He goes, my Lord. In Jagannath Puri, you're eating 52 times a day, 52 offerings a day. You can eat this. Be quiet. And then Lord Nityananda is like saying, oh no, we're fasting 3 days. I guess it's another fast day. This wouldn't even feed half of my stomach. And Advaita, who are you? You're just avadut. No one even knows your vana or anything. Just take it and be quiet. He goes, why you talk to me? You're just a fallen Grihastha. They always have this battle with each other. Lord Nityananda picks up some rice, throws it away the chariot, hits his body, starts dancing in ecstasy. Got the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And these are such pastimes. But then all the devotees from Navadvip got to say goodbye, including Sachimata. And she came, and they brought it in. And then Lord Chaitanya is just like, I'm sorry I did this accidentally. He's 24, looks so beautiful. You know, in the Bhagavatam, in this verse, Krishna Mahantiswa Krishna Sadgo, he's always murmuring the name of Krishna, and he's come in a goldish form, not blackish. So, Sango Pagasta Bhashadam, he's come with his associates and weapons. So his weapon is his beauty. He was that beautiful. He had that long hair, but it was all gone. Mother Sachi was crying, oh, I want you to come home. My mom does the same thing. When you come home. And Lord Chaitanya said to mom, he said, this body belongs to you. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want me to come back with you, I can. Otherwise, you instruct me as you like. So Mother Sachi, she's also feeling this love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That if she says, okay, come back home, go back to your wife, look after us, then everyone will blaspheme him. That hurts her heart more than anything. If anyone says anything about my son. So then she goes, okay, you stay in Jagannath Puri. Because the people from Navadvip and Puri are always going back and forth. It's like 2 rooms in the same house. So I will hear some news about you anyway. But let me cook for you one last night. So she cooked this amazing feast. This is the last one. Can you imagine Mother such cooking for Lord Chaitanya? The last one. And everyone else took part in that feast. And that love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were tasting that. That's the real picture. And all the people, the residents of Navadvip, they're all coming and, you know, seeing the Lord, saying goodbye. So it was like this deep emotional experience. And that's pretty much our movement. We go mad with emotion eventually. Because that's Krishna's job, if there is a job. He's increasing the love of his devotees. That's what he does. With every single action, everything that's arranged here. We think lockdown, oh, why is there lockdown? No. You can feel it. Every time we get locked out of the temple, I'll increase that eagerness. Oh, I have to go to the temple. Oh, the festival was earlier. Let's just throw everything out. That's love. We increase love by doing that. That praying is coming out more and more for Krishna, for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then within that love, they will dance and chant for hours and hours on end. So in the purport to that Sankirtan verse, in the Vaidacharya's house, it says that every time there's a Kirtan program, there must be at least 3 hours Kirtan. 3 hours. Can you imagine? Every program you go to. Programs usually start 7 o'clock. People rock up 7:30. And then at least has to be 3 hours Kirtan and a class. So you be there till midnight. But I like that, because usually you don't get into it right away in the first 15 minutes. You don't get into it. Usually after the first hour, I don't know, Janada, first hour, then you start warming up, right? And then like, you're the kids. Kirtanias, Brisbane's full of, yeah, Brajadam, you know what I'm talking about. Nah! You know, anyway, for Harinam, it's like that. And maybe after 2 hours, you get started. Janananda Maharaj says that. After the second hour, then you start. One time we did 12 hours Harinam. We did it about 3 times, but like we did it once. And then after like the first hour, you're kind of like, oh man, why are we doing this? Okay, we'll keep going. The second hour, you kind of warm up a bit. The third hour, you start to fly a bit. After the 5th hour, the mind is gone. The mind's just like trying to tell you, stop, come on, now it's enough, come on, now it's enough, right? After 5th hour, it's like, all right, do what you want. This is our movement of chanting and dancing. Mind just gives up and says, okay, do what you want. I give up. So that's our movement. That, and then after 12 hours, you can't stop. I remember we were inside a tram still chanting in Melbourne. We're still in the tram is rocking like this, full rocking like anything. And then we come out, and then people just see this explosion of excitement and ecstasy just bursting out of the tram, and they're like stunned. Whoa, what is going on here? They think like we're on special drugs, What drugs you take? Hook us up, You got at the temple? I'll come. They want to know what you got. Or you show the book. It's all in this book here. It's like, oh, really? Yeah. All right. Just sit, And it's funny, sometimes you invite new people for programs and stuff, and they start dancing in the kirtan. And then they feel like, wait a minute, I never partied like that without alcohol. What's going on here? You got something else going on. And the far out thing is that we can party every day. It doesn't have to be on the weekend. Oh, you have to wait till the weekend and now we party. No, we can do it every time, all the time, anytime. That this ecstasy of chanting and dancing. Some more Hari. I'll tell the one I tell in the morning because that's a really good one. So in New York City, we do Harinam. And it's really cool there because that's where the movement started with Srila Prabhupada. On the order of his spiritual master, he didn't know whether to go left or right. Only had 40 rupees. And you feel like when you chant Prabhupada's tune, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You feel like it's a victory. You feel like victorious. Yes, we did it, For New York, it's like that. So we go into the metro, and we still keep chanting. We don't care. Still keep playing music, full carriage. And then we see one drunk guy. He's a bit angry. He goes, "Yeah, Hare Krishna, you get up, next up," like this. And we have a guy playing accordion, and he's singing this tune: Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this guy, he's like homeless drunk, he was angry. He starts swearing at us in the tune. You Hare Krishnas better get up now, I'm gonna kill you right now, get up now. So we kept playing, we don't care. And then we keep playing, and then he gets up from his seat, and he gets in the face of the singer. And like we're thinking, if he's gonna touch him with, wah! Something, we'll do something. And then he gets in his face, and the singer goes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare. The angry guy goes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Look, you're not even singing anymore. You guys better get off the next stop, or someone's gonna get hurt. He sits back down. And then the drummer, he starts playing louder. You're dead. I play cartels now. You're dead. Wampus, he's dead. We have another guy. He rides a bicycle and distributes book on the bicycle. And he also has a vuvuzela from South Africa. South African World Cup 2010. That vuvuzela problem, right? So he had one. You're dead. So then he has a hat, starts putting it down. And then he starts shaking. He's turning red. Everyone's watching the whole carriage. And there's one African American guy sitting across from him. And he's studying him properly. He sees a small smile come from underneath his hat. And he's just like, he just gets up, starts walking up and down the carriage. He says, they're changing him. They're changing him. I can't believe it. They're changing him. Like this. Suddenly the smile gets a little bigger. We start to see it. He's all red and he's like, And then we're like, okay. Because he knows the tune, we give him a mantra card. And then we go, you sing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whole carriage is applause. Woo, yeah, all right, yeah, you know, New York City style. Yeah, woo. And he kept singing for a while. And this all happened in like 15 minutes. He was like pure demon before, and then became pure devotee. We get off the train, everyone's like, the African American guys, you guys did it, you changed him. I don't know how you did, you guys did it. You know? Okay, thank you. We walk off the train, everyone waves. The guy with the drunk guy feels he has this big bottle of gin. He's like, yeah. So that's the thing. The most fallen can be elevated, and like the elevation is like to most paramount cases. It's unimaginable that like the good demigods are lining up to take birth in the Sankirtan movement, because they say these jivas, they only live for 50, 60, 70 years, and they're just shooting past them. They're like, what was that? What's going on there? Demigods, you know, they're wondering, what's going on? What's going on there? Oh my God, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is just liberating everyone. They're shooting past us to Goloka. What's going on? So then they come and take birth in the movement. That's why Srila Prabhupada is Jagat Guru. He's never made it so easier. 16 rounds, 4 regulated principles. Guaranteed this lifetime go back. And it's fun. You know, imagine taking japa out of your life. Okay, maybe we will take it out. We'll survive. But if you chant a japa for a long time, you cannot miss a day. You know, you feel like you didn't chant enough rounds in the morning, and it's like something wrong. I can't function. I need my japa. You know, and then you do it at night, and you know it's like I wish I did it in the morning. But there's some taste there. Okay, you take out kirtan. Oof, that's a tough one. Take out kirtan in your life. You take out devotee association. We've already had that with lockdowns. I've seen that, you know. You never see devotees. You see them on the box in Zoom. And then you try and talk to them. So I would, all right. You like talk at the same time. They go, you're on mute, Prabhu. You're on mute. Unmute yourself. The internet cuts out. Oh, we've lost him. Devotee association, the real one, like this. This is the best, especially in kirtan. I feel like if you have like, I don't know, it happens. Politics is there. Who cares? But there's politics there. You can get rid of that completely. You have a kirtan, and then you just dance with each other. You just grab him. Who cares about whatever problems? You just grab him, start spinning, and then it's gone. This holy name is so powerful. I've heard a story. This was in the UK, and it happened in Mangalati too. Fired up brahmacharis. This is the time when they'll collect. Scotland was like the biggest collector in the whole world. I don't know how. They had this Gauranga Campaign. You heard about the Gauranga Campaign? No. Okay. So they had this Gauranga Campaign. I'll bring it back, don't worry. They had this Gauranga Campaign. They were giving out stickers saying, call out Gauranga and be happy. And they'll like get billboards and it just says Gauranga. And everywhere they'll hear like Gauranga. There's this one devotee, he was like he could make video games. He was like a hacker as well. So he was like hacking into computers everywhere. And then people just say, call out Gauranga and be happy. He made a video game, some car video game. And when you finish the game, it comes up, call out Gauranga, be happy. So everywhere they were selling Gauranga stickers, Gauranga bags, Gauranga this. No one knows what was Gauranga. They were like Scottish, like Gauranga, Gauranga, like this. And everyone was chanting Gauranga like this. That somehow that was easy to collect and distribute. And they'll say, yeah, we're the Gauranga monks. Gauranga monks? What is that? You know, so these fired up brahmacharis at that time. They had a big fight, Mongolati. They were ready to fist each other. You know, the Scottish, you're a Scottish, I can have a big fight. So they were like this. And then the sannyasi comes in and says, no, split up, go away. Okay, you stay here, chant 90 rounds. You over there, you chant 90 rounds. And don't come back till you finish. So this devotee, he was the one chanting 90 rounds. He was telling me, he was going back and forth. After 20, he still wants to kill that devotee. And then the sannyasi checks on him after 40 rounds. He's still chanting 40 rounds. And he's feeling like, yeah, but I still don't like the guy. I hate it. The sannyasi checks on him. How you doing? He goes, 40. All right, keep going. By the time he reached the 90 rounds, he had so much love and affection for this devotee. Any enmity was gone completely. The power of the holy name. And another one that was like during the zonal chariot times, I heard that there's like one camp, another camp. They didn't like each other, the two leaders. And then they come in Mayapur. And it's big kirtan, but there's like two sides. And then another sannyasi, he was like sick of it. What is this split for? So he grabbed one and the other one and got them to dance. And they start dancing and dancing, and then they were really into it and they forgot everything. And then the two parties just merged. And then the ecstasy exploded like that. So this is a Kevala Ananda Kanda. Paramakura Pauduvijana Nitai Gaurachandra. The Supreme Merciful Lords have descended. Sabha Avatara Sarashiyamani, the crest, the essence of touchstones, and the main avatar. He's avatari. And they've given the process, the kanda is Kevala Ananda, only Anand. That's it. So this is the gift. As long as we remember Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everything becomes easy. Once you forget, even easy things become difficult. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki! Jai! Srila Prabhupada ki! Jai! Sri Chaitanya-caritamrita ki! Jai!